Welcome back, viewers, to another edition of Heads Up. Neil Davis and the GOAT to talk you through this weekend's racing and sporting action. And the beauty of being live on Zoom, Neil, you can't predict what might happen. And if there's a bit of barking going on at your end, just ignore it. Got a few dogs in the house, have you?
Mainly the cat going past the window. There's about 4 dogs here at the moment, so like a zoo. But that's okay. I don't think you can hear them. So, gee, last week was great, wasn't it? With the like racing, if you win by a nose, they still pay the same. If you win by a nose or 10 lengths. And the rugby last week, the Blues held on by 1 point. Didn't actually see the first half until the last 10 seconds. So, well done.
No, that was good. It was good. The Blues started very well. Probably a bit unlucky not to win the game. I wonder if many people thought, oh, why isn't he tipping the Blues to win the game? He's only tipping them to lead at halftime. Maybe we'll take the Blues Crusaders turnaround in the halftime full time. But we were happy with the 285 on the Blues to be leading at halftime. And as you say, 1 point. Luck's a fortune in the gambling game, and we got the luck on our side that day, and kept the multi, gave the multi a return after backing a flash. You got your insurance, you covered your bet there, Neil, but how unlucky was that, not getting that gap down that very outside rail? Would have really challenged Lupilani, I would have thought.
I think she would have won, but you can see why the inquiry wasn't upheld. Just going back to that selection of leading at halftime and full time, one subscriber texted it in and said, why didn't the GOAT text the halftime, full time result, the Crusaders? I said, well, it's just the extra risk. So the option's there if you want to take that, but $3.70 was really good value for the reasons you said. So that was really good. What we would have said, back in the flat, yeah, I thought she was home. All she had to do was find a gap, and we were home. So E&M, he was happy. He got $54 back, which would have been nothing without the win insurance, or if it had won, would have been $270 odd. So that was a good result, and that win insurance does seem to be pretty popular with subscribers at the moment. You had a go?
He gave it a good plug during the week, which is good. People just finding their eye as to how to it best suits their betting methods. So, no, good to have that option, that's for sure. So, well done to E&M. We'll try and make it 3 weeks in a row that the lucky multi-comp winner gets a collect, shall we, Neil?
And why not go for it? Yeah, always try. Tries, aren't we? So, and there's a good meeting at Te Rapa tomorrow. Got some jumps races. What, 5 jumps races are there?
Something like that, yeah.
Heavy track, more than likely. Bit of rain around this way at the moment. So, there's a race later on the day that I thought we could look at. Race 11. Really interesting race. Decent sized field, but there's a horse there I tipped out last start. Our Alley. I'll just bring it up here. Our Alley Cat. That's why our Alley Cat ran a good third over 1,000 metres here. Fresh up. It was out well. She had the pace on the inner, or was trailing actually, came through and just blew out the last few strides. And I think up to 1,400 metres with the side winkers going on, a wide draw will be ideal, because if that inside's off, Sean Mackay can take options from there and get out wide if he has to, which is more than likely. And I thought, $6 is good money, but I rated her around about a $4.50 chance. So she's just looking at the win insurance. It wasn't up last night, so it is now. So what's she paying? 420 for 420 second, third, and fourth. No, we'll go for a play. I think she's in the first 3. So
460.
460, yeah, 460 win insurance. We'll take that into what you're going to go for in the sports selection, the multi. So, anything you like in that race at all? Or?
No, it's not a race I'd be too keen on to have a bet, with all due respect, Neil. I mean, gee, you have to be brave at Te Rapa tomorrow. There's some big, even fields, isn't there? It's, I'd be waiting to see how that track plays. I see the rails out 4 metres. Obviously got used pretty extensively last meeting. So, yeah, that could be a bit of a watch day for me at Te Rapa.
Talking about how tracks are playing Pukekohe on Wednesday. I remember walking the track in the June 20th meeting, and outside 3 metres, when I was pushing in my penetrometer, Hudiki, it was definitely firmer out there, and you can see why they were winning down that outside lane. It does make a bit of a, not a farce, but it does make it annoying for owners, but for punters, if you work out the advantage, you can do all right. We did okay on this day, but I think in the last race, Jew 14, Taylor Rower Heights, whatever it was, made $70. So you put
Yeah.
it just for that reason.
You'd have to say Pukekohe probably not quite as bad as Wanganui on Friday, but that race to the outside fence was pretty much the way to go at both those meetings, wasn't it? And you basically know at about the 300 who's going to win.
Yeah, you do. If you're going out wide, you've got no chance of it being shaken up. It's just no chance whatsoever. No, well, just got to watch the races during the day and try and work that bias into your advantage. But I do feel I'm frustrated for the owners who've got horses that are drawn the inside and basically late scratch, but they won't. Okay, now sports selection. Last week we were spot on with the Blues. It was a really good value bet, and I know a lot of subscribers had multis finishing on that and were sweating on the results. So what do you got lined up this weekend for us?
Well, I don't know what's gone on. We're doing this Friday morning. I see the markets flip-flopped in the Hurricanes Blues game. I thought the Blues were pretty good bets in that, but maybe there's something in the team lists or something that's changed. So the Blues have drifted. So we'll just stay away from that game.
Okay.
And we'll go to the Sunday game, Chiefs Highlanders. Chiefs haven't won a game yet, but they've come off the bye. They'll be hurting back at home against the Highlanders, who were only average against the Hurricanes last week. And I just can't see the Chiefs not putting a decent score on the Highlanders. And -5.5, they'll cover that with ease. They'll have that covered with probably by halftime, and they'll probably double or even triple that advantage by full time, Neil. So we'll stick with the -5.5 at $1.87 just to hopefully keep the winning roll continuing. So that's Sunday afternoon, 3:30. Chiefs -5.5. So it'll be our Alley Cat will get the job done on Saturday, and then the lucky winner has to wait till Sunday to get a collect. Your Warriors might even upset. I don't know why I said that, but I think they might upset Cronulla this week. So if you're wanting to be very brave, you could throw those Warriors in to win that game. But I'm not that brave.
I wasn't aware you drank so early in the morning. Crikey.
Well, yeah, I know, Neil. It's a bit of a worry.
No,
but
it's interesting. Marlo knows two other guys coming home because they're homesick. It's a big call to leave your team and come home, and mental health is important. So.
Yes, as we saw early in the week, with people, the pressures of jobs getting to people.
Politics, so. Yeah, no, that's there, right? Yeah, no, it's mental health comes first. So.
Yep.
Interesting call. Right. Right. Last week's question was the
right on cue.
What was the name of the horse that won the only horse that won the Great Northern Steeples for Dummy Myers was?
It was a horse called Kickback. About 3 years ago, I think, 2017. We had 7 people get it right, I believe, Neil.
Yep. What is that number?
What number haven't we picked for a while? Let's go the Black Rug, number 7.
Black Rug. Ray L.
Ray L.
No Ray L, but okay. Ray L. Your multi's going on Alley Cat. No Alley Cat at 460 with Win Insurance second and third into Chiefs -5.5 at $1.87. So basically, if our Alley Cat gets second and third, you've still got $20 going on to $1.87 chance.
This week's question, Neil.
Yes.
This is probably the hardest question we've ever given on this podcast. So I don't expect too many correct answers, but you never know. There's some smart people out there in Heads Up Land, so I'm sure someone will come up with it. Hurricanes Blues this week. Of course, that was the first ever clash in Super Rugby back in 1996. The Blues won that first game. But what I want to know is who was the Hurricanes kicker that night? I think he kicked 1 conversion and about 7 penalties. So who was the Hurricanes kicker on that very first game of Super Rugby? And I'll give you a clue. He is the uncle of a very good New Zealand jockey, current New Zealand jockey.
Okay.
If you know that answer,
Yeah.
text or email it to Neil by, when do we cut it off, Neil? Monday, Tuesday?
Tuesday night, yeah. There's some still coming on Tuesday, so that's good. formpro@formpro.co.nz or text me on 027 352 6402. Okay, right. Back to bouquets.
Yeah, well, the TAB updated their website,
Mm.
I think on Tuesday. Seems to be, I think they had a few bugs early on, but they seem to be getting ironed out now. And the font for old people like you, Neil, seems to be a bit clearer. You can see differentiate between the 5s and the 6s a bit better.
It helps. When I'm doing the previews, you're always looking at the numbers, and previously it was, is that a 5 or a 6? Double take, and now it is clearer, so that's good to see. And punters, I'm sure, when the bet's on, want a nice clear screen. The other thing is, I saw Dean McKenzie put out a statement recently about the changes in the laws, which all look positive for New Zealand racing. And one of the mantras for wagering was punters really want to see their bet race live on TV, which is a really good point. The other mantra I thought would be punters have to have any information freely available to them to have the reason to have a bet. So I'd like to see them, like Hong Kong, their website is outstanding. All the information there is free. Speed maps, replays, comments, previews. Just a wealth of information there. You can't help but have a bet, find an excuse to have a bet there. So hopefully they get that mantra going as well. Nothing else you want to mention about that?
No, I think we'll see a new CEO appointed in the next 6 weeks. We'll see a bit of a change around at that executive level team, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some fresh blood, fresh ideas, and maybe a more of a punter's perspective on their business. Because at the end of the day, businesses that aren't focused on the customer don't tend to survive that well. So you need to be customer centric. TAB at times feels like it hasn't been of late. So time will tell. But hopefully this time round, when the new broom comes through, we'll see that culture come back into that organisation.
Yeah. The electoral structure, you've got NZTAB, the 3 codes having to generate their income for their code. And I think that's a bit of a way to go. They've got to get information out to punters and be accountable for what they return to the industry or their particular industry. So I think that setup is an ideal one, but time will tell. And you're right, it's going to be the people that will drive it. And if they're sort of punter oriented, it's going to be a huge plus.
I'll give you the tip, Neil. I'm pretty confident the next CEO of the TAB will have set foot in a TAB before he or she starts the job. Do you think that might? You'd like to hope that, wouldn't you? Unlike our friend John Allen, who had never set foot in a TAB before he took on the job.
As soon as we all read that, we knew what was going to happen in the next 3 years, and we were all right. So anyway, it's all in the past now. Let's get on with the future. Okay. Something else you want to say?
No. I'm ready for the. It seems to be the new favourite segment of the podcast. Upcoming Stump the Goat.
Up the Goat. We've got questions from Riley and Pedro here. From Riley, he's a really good sportsman. He knows his sport, so he reckons he might stump you with these 3. Okay, first one is name the 3 golfers with the most major wins, and if you can, how many?
Jack Nicklaus, 18.
Yes, I'll give you that one.
Tiger Woods, I think the Masters last year got him to 15.
Close enough. It's 15. That's right.
And third,
you won't get him. 6 feet under, probably. Well, he is.
Yeah. It's an old dude.
WH.
Initials.
Walter Hagen,
Very
11.
good. How many?
11.
Not bad. Not bad. You're correct. Bloody hell. Geez,
Oh,
Ryan. Make it tougher next time, will you, mate? Right. Next question. Tennis question. Name the 3 male tennis players with the most Grand Slam wins and how many?
Oh. Well, Federer's leading on about, what's he now? He might be 21. I'll go 20.
That'll do. 20.
20.
20.
Okay. Then you've got
Close
Nadal,
second. Yep.
Nadal, and then Sampras third.
Nadal second with 19, and not Sampras. It's
Djokovic.
Djokovic, yeah.
So it is those 3. What's Sampras? Did he finish 17? Did he?
No, Djokovic third with 17 doesn't mention Sampras.
Okay.
So that must be pretty well close.
I think Sampras. I don't know. Anyway, we need to make an apology too. Last week, what was that question we debated last week? But the person was bang on. So
really? With the
what was that question?
ears question?
Oh no, the set weights of the railway. Yeah, you were bang on. The year, yep. So it was that year 2009 or 10. You said so. Yep. Miss Raggedy Ann did win the railway under set weights, not under a handicap like we thought. So well done. Apologies there. You were right. We were wrong. All right. What's Riley's next question?
Okay, a darts question. Name the 3 PDC. What does PDC stand for?
Professional Darts Corporation.
World's Darts Champion. Yeah, start again. Name the 3 PDC World's Darts Champions with the most wins and how many?
Yeah. Well, Phil the Power Taylor, I think he's 16.
14, but
14.
Okay,
second. Maybe he had a couple earlier on. Barney would be up there. I think he's about 5 or 6. Raymond Van Barneveld. What's he? 6?
Van Gerwen 3.
And Van Gerwen 3.
3, yeah. And Anderson 2.
What about Barney's one about 6? Has he not got Barney on the list?
He hasn't got Barney on there.
I think he needs to look at his Barney's one about 6.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Riley, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah, he's working too hard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Barney's one about 5 or 6. Anyway.
Rightio. And
we'll
Pedro.
Forgive him there. All right, Pedro.
Okay, these actually, Pedro, yeah. David Walsh rode 3 Telegraph wins in a row. Name the years and the horses.
I'll go. I'd say I'll start with the Tantalize would have been one.
Yep, it was the first one.
Was Pinson one?
No,
not Pinson.
The horse that won it back to back after Tantalize.
Courier Bay.
Yep.
So that would have been 84, 85, 86?
No, Tantalize was 86.
86, 87, 88.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember?
All right, yeah, you got me there, Pedro.
Remember Walshy talking about his win on Tantalize. He's just an amazing horse to find his way through that field. You ever seen the replay of that race?
Yeah. He just came through the middle and just got there on the line.
Yeah, I might try and find the link to that replay too. One of the greatest, bit like Rough Habit, sort of one.
Courier Bay was a pretty fair animal too, just quietly.
Big bay horse, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Jeff White trained it, got it inducted into the Taranaki Racing Hall of Fame last year. That was a pretty special moment. Watched a few of his videos of his career, and I think he won his first start at Wanganui by about 7 or 8 lengths and paid a reasonable price because Jeff White, New Plymouth, no-name trainer. I'd say back in those days, you could have made an absolute killing off some of these first starters that were pretty smart that you could keep under wraps. And yeah, that was
memories because there were no bookies in those days, and no.
But the tote pools were still pretty big, so you could still get a decent bet on.
Yeah, but there were plenty of pub bookies around there because I was around those days, and there were plenty of pub bookies around, and we soon got around. It was at Takanabia, the Thoroughbred Tavern I used to go to.
If any police or the RIU are watching this podcast, I have no knowledge whatsoever of what Neil Davis is talking about.
Well, this was about 40 years ago.
You never know these days.
Yeah, that's right.
Historic crimes.
No, you'd still be sitting there and someone new would walk into the pub, and as anybody had bets in those days, you'd sort of look at them twice. We'd go around, you know him, you know him? No, shut up shops until we found out who he was, and it was great fun. We used to have limits in those days, the bookies too, 20s and 25s and 7s or something. Yeah, but
The biggest prize you'd offer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good fun, a lot of fun. Okay. Mike Moroney has won 3 Wellington Cups.
Yep.
What years were they?
Second coming one in 2000.
Yep, very good. And a few years later.
How many years later?
Quite a few.
Later. Graphic one in about 2014.
Yeah, very good.
And is the third one since or before?
After
that. Moroney. After Graphic.
Yeah.
Didn't win this year.
2 years later. I'll give you 2 years later so you can get the horse.
2 years later, another Moroney horse won the Wellington Cup. Ooh, jeez. Give me the initial of the horse.
The only problem is he gave me the year, but not the horse. I'll quickly Google it while you fill in. Wellington.
He won in so you reckon 2016?
2016.
Jeepers.
Oh, no, wasn't it? Oh.
What other good stayers did they have? Not Tinseltown, that was ages ago.
We should know, shouldn't we?
I'm sure I was probably, I might not have been there.
Oh, of course. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, last week, I think. Got up and beat my...
Oh, Mr. Impatience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why did we not think Sam Spratt? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I went through, I thought, no, not Mr. Impatience. I didn't really think who trained that. Beat Pentathlon.
That's right, yeah. Don't remind me. Anyway. No, we've got heavy tracks tomorrow at Awapuni and Te Rapa, and the Calgary racing today too. So this heads up about by the first race, hopefully. So there's a horse in the last race there that Johnson's on. It's worth a bit, I reckon. Amangimi or something, ex Baker Fordsman horse. It's mostly maiden horses, drawn wide out. It'll stay off the rail anyway. I don't know where to put the horse. I thought $5 yesterday. It's coming to $3.80. It'll be first or second, I reckon. So take the win insurance bet for $3.
Awapuni tomorrow. You'd want to be sort of following the Chrissy Banbury stable, wouldn't you, Neil? After the record or the run she's been on of late, I think she's got 5 horses in tomorrow. All of them be winning chances, and I think you need to disclose a bit of an interest now, Neil. You're now the proud owner of got a small share in another thoroughbred.
Yeah, with her stable, and no, she does a really good job. I remember going to their property and seeing their water walker, and obviously they get the horses really fit and they stay fit. Speed Call is a great example of that. So no, she's a really good trainer, and I'm glad I've got a nice up and coming filly with her. She's looking good. She sent through a video recently, and obviously loves the horses and does a great job. So look out for that in a year's time.
Yeah, absolutely. And great success across the Tasman, and probably showing the benefits of that water walker. Lord Boozeron, fresh up over 2,000 metres. The Aussies probably thought, it's Kiwi coming over, just won't be ready to run 2,000 first up. But it won a trial impressively at Otaki on that water walker. And the old riding instructions were put in place, straight to the front, increase the lead and sprint home. And I think it won by about 5 lengths untouched and paid, well, some people got 26s. Some of us only got 18s, but we're not complaining.
No, so you got 18s then or 26s?
No, I only got 18s.
But I feel sorry for you. No, it was a great win. No, he was a good horse over here, so not surprising. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can find one or two of those tomorrow and get stuck into it. But anyway, have a good weekend, Coach, and looking forward to that Chiefs game on Sunday. Hopefully we're still live in that multi for Ray. So good luck, everybody. Have a great weekend and good punting.